What's happening, everyone? We're working with an heartbroken design today, this creative look. I'm gonna set up a standard length all around the top with number 8, first from dry and then from wet, to make sure that we are catching all the different length all around the top. And we're gonna draw this design by creating a V shape on the back, a mixture between lines and blends. And in the corner that we're gonna create on the V shape, we're gonna build up our broken heart design. Once finished blow drying the hair in place, we're gonna pass 1.5 open to debug the whole sides and back. We're not using any scooping technique, we're going gently out to create a smooth transition. You can now start from the back, starting 3 fingers down from the dark line created earlier with our first V line on the back. This is a very precision based job, so distances and help with fingers or combs are necessary to create the right balance on the back. Once we created the V on the back, we're going to leave these 3 fingers, right? From the dark line, we want an extended fade space between the darkness and the lightness, slightly circular, and we're going to leave the corner slightly darker. As you can see, we leave the corner a little bit longer and we just kick in and connect to the finger straight after. If you notice, the clipper was going down straight perpendicular to the skin to sign the V on the back, and here is going up. So we're going out to create a little bit of transition already. And the reason why is because we're going to have an area where there's a transition on the fade, and an area where we're gonna have a V-shaped line. Quick shape up to the corners of the temporal area, very light in this case. And we can finally start with our design. I always like to visualize with my comb first the curvature of the line and the direction to see it before starting drawing it. I always start my designs with the scissors with a retracting technique. As you can see, the scissor cuts while it's retracting, even though it is a very small and gentle movement, to make sure that we're not gonna cut the skin, but also with the scissors because it's gonna give us more control, since the scissor is a single stroke tool. We're gonna leave circa 1 centimeter or 1 finger from the trimmer line to the scissor line. It's very important to catch and to match the point of the design that we are doing with the scissors with the point that we created with the trimmer, to find the balance between the two and to make sure that they're centered. We can finally move to the refinement with our trimmer to build up the real actual line. We're going from the top down. So essentially what I'm trying to do now is to line up properly the top line, and the bottom line I'm just not focusing too much on it because it's gonna be sharpened up with the razor. So first you focus on the top line, the cleanness of the top line or the top part of your line, and then with the razor we clean up the bottom one and we space it correctly. Symmetry and precision are fundamental in this case to maintain the curvature right. Once finished with the trimmer, we're gonna wet all the area that we have to shave, and with our razor we're gonna start cleaning up and, as I say, refine the bottom part of our line. In this case we have a free handle razor. We don't have the safety little handle part that normally stays on razor. I find this razor more convenient for freestyle, and you're gonna be able to find it on the website soon. I'm keeping the blade slightly more out than normal, especially the corner, since we need extreme sharpness to build up the line. Once finished, we can finally move on with our number one guard, closed in this case, to remove all the bulk of the bottom line. That will give us a difference of color. As you probably have noticed in the beginning, I started with the lever open and then closed it to take off completely the blonde left. With number one, we have more of a contrast of color, which is making the difference from the fade area to the line area. As you can see, we're going all the way till the line with our number one. Little blend to the beard while we're there. Since we don't have a big density here, we can just simply take off our number one guard and blend in with the open and close lever. We're going now guardless, simply with the lever open, with the fast and straight motion to start the blend. We're gonna then close the lever and gently take off the bottom line. We're gonna play around with the blade straight after to make sure that the blend is nice and clean. And last but not least, with our 0.5 guard, we're gonna touch up the last bits. And now just some freestyle all around, first with the clipper and then scissors over comb. Point cutting is necessary in such a tight space. Now that the blend is finished, we can refine as much as possible the V shape with razor and trimmer to make it as sharp as we could possibly do. We now repeat the process on the other side as well. Scissors over comb to smoothen up a little bit the transition from the line to the length on top. This haircut was on the online academy previously, This was called the V, and that's a classic design that I always do in the barbershop. The beauty of the V is the mixture between the line and the blend. Now that we created the base of the V, we can finally, with the corner that we prepared already of the V shape, build up our heart, starting from the line that we did previously build, and with the tip of our fingers, we're gonna start to build up the curvature of the two sides of the heart. As you can see, we are literally going freehand here. There's no many recommendation that I can give you. If not, try to picture it with your eyes. Help yourself with the comb and try to be really gentle and careful with the scissors to carve in the right shape and to maintain the symmetry from one side to another. Scissor will definitely help to build up the right shape and the right design. As you can see, I started by setting up the center to make sure that I catch the right curvature, which is, I believe, the hardest part. Let's not forget that curves has to adapt as well to the hair growth in this case. Starting from the center could help to follow up the right curvature of the heart. Nice. We can now go a bit deeper once we settle the outline with our scissors to clean it carefully and to prepare the entrance of our trimmer. And now that the outer shape is done, we gotta break this heart. We're gonna go and start breaking it with different cracks. I didn't plan this, to be honest. The cracks came after, the numbers of cracks at least. I just looked at the space and tried to make the cracks as even as possible, and at the same time as natural as a crack could possibly be, ending up in the middle. Scissors over comb to clean up the area a bit more. We can finally move to the trimmer to clean up as we previously did. First the top part of the line and then the bottom, without forgetting that here we have a curve, and so at a certain point the top will become the bottom and vice versa. Once again, we're gonna wet the area of the shave to enter after with our razor. Some people like to use a shaving gel. I find it too sticky, and I believe that if you have good control, water should be more than enough in this area. Sometimes shaving gel make us see stuff that is not there, sticks the hair together and ruins our perception of the design. Whether with some water, once it's dry, the hair will just naturally fall off. And here, the final look, our heartbroken design.